Hi guys, Sensei Jamie here. So in the upcoming weeks, we're gonna really ramp up our sparring online on YouTube with basic, movements and counters and throwing techniques. So when I was thinking about that, I was like, well, I might want to put a video out there to kind of give everybody some idea of what they can do to practice while they're at home when they don't have some of the things that are available to them at the dojo that they don't have at home. So one of the big things that everybody want to help, parents, moms, everybody wants to hold some pads, hold something up, wish that they have these. Some of you guys do have these. Some of you guys that do have these are like the best thing to practice karate with. I know we can get the big giant, shields or whatever, but the only problem that we see with especially the younger kids, when you have a big shield and you throw a technique, then it's all about, I'm gonna just throw something up there, and if I hit, I hit. I'm just gonna throw something. If I hit it, I hit it. But karate's all about precision. So not only that we want to be able to hit somebody with a punch or a kick, we want to be able to hit where we want to hit them. So smaller targets actually trains the eyes in the mind to be able to hit where I want. So that way, when they have certain defenses, we could train our body to kind of hit right in between or break those defenses down. You'll notice in the advanced class, I don't even care about these. I don't care if they could hit these. I always tell them, you have to hit that circle. Because as an advanced student, to me, you should be able to punch or kick inside that circle because you're aiming. We just don't throw techniques and hope that they hit somebody. Now, some of you guys have students, they have sparring gear. Have them put their sparring gear on when they're doing training, because if they have their sparring gear on, then you could stand there and just be a target for them. They have sparring gears on. It's light practicing their precision and snaps. They're not gonna really like swing and hurt you unless you're like, all right, give me all you can got, all you can, and all that. So we're not gonna get into all of that. But if there's siblings, mom and dad, you're in karate too, or you have boxing gloves or any type of gloves, and if you don't have those hand mitts, you could use gloves. All right, you can bring your gloves up. And what we like to do, just like with the hand pads, when we would hold them, we want to hold them where it makes sense, where we're actually trying to train them to hit. So we're not just gonna put them in random spots. If I want them to hit in the head, I'm gonna be like, all right, this is a head level. If they're a shorter person, all right, that's your head level. This is body, so head, body. All right, back fist, head, body punch, reverse. You want to be able to tell them what you want, where you want. So that's training them like, okay, if I had to hit somebody my height, I have to throw my back fist this way. If they're a little bit shorter than me, I'm gonna have to still throw my back fist that way and then just bend my knees. I'm not gonna bend over. Or if I have to hit somebody taller, I'm just gonna bring my back fist up and then go here. I'm not gonna hop up. I'm just gonna bring it up here and go forward, and that's gonna bring my hand up. So little things like that are always kind of train them exactly how we want them to hit. Now, younger kids, white belts, orange belts, we're just trying to get them to be used to throwing punches and kicks the right way. So those are the kids, you can put your gloves together, make a little bit of a bigger target. Again, this right here is enough that we need for a target. You don't want anything really big anyway, because again, it comes to being about, let me just hit anything. We don't want that. We want here, okay? So I want to bring this here, and I'll just hold it up against my body, and this is the way I would hold it when I want the power techniques. Let me see that side kick, boom, push kick, boom, spinning back kick, boom. You'll hold them just like that, hold them all the way against your body, boom. And have them practice those power techniques here, okay? So those are ideas, whether they have their gear on or you have pads on. As long as the coach or the student has gear on, you're good. Not both people need the gear. Just as long as you have one, you guys could use the pads to be able to practice with each other. Now, other things. Now we're gonna start going into how to move, whether it's in our kickboxing, in our karate fighting, or in our real self-defense fighting for those scenarios. If we have to protect ourselves, how do we practice on our different angles? Well, I got several ways that I made that I have from past training in the martial arts. So the first one I like to call this is our training star. Now, the good thing about the training star is it just kind of shows you what our angles are supposed to be, okay? So I'm at one end, the other end is my opponent, and then all of these are the different angles that I end up, moving while I'm fighting, okay? So if my foot is here and I want to go step out of the way at a different angle, say they're throwing a technique at me and I want to get out of the way, okay? All I want to do is do that little slide step, boom, and I'm out of the way. Their angle is here and I'm out of the way. So it's that small step. The next one that we have, a lot of you guys do other training, so you guys have cones. I like to use 5 cones. The reason why is because then that's easier to build your angle, and it's easier for the kids to understand their angle. You could use 1 cone, 4 cones, just to 4 points. But I found this way for some of the younger kids, just put 5 in there, and then they all touch that middle cone, so that way they can kind of understand, okay, this is my straight angle or when I'm fighting someone, and then my angles that I want to attack, one is going to be in between the cones. So I'm going to turn my toes. So this is where I want to be in the cones. Of course, I wouldn't be this close because that far cone is my opponent. So that's one thing you got to remember if you use a cone. That's where the other person is standing. So I'm not going to stand here, hang out here, because then they could just punch me if they miss with the kick. So I like the 5 cone method, especially for the little kids, because I'm in my straight here, straight up fighting, I'm at that angle in between the cones, okay? Now this is my favorite. I use this for more of the advanced students because there's so many drills and stuff we could do off the line. So these are off the line drills. Essentially it's one line, but I like to dash it. The reason why we dash this line is because we're practicing, okay, going to that angle, it just to be my other line, and then I'm adjusting angle. I use this method for the advanced kids because they kind of know already what the angle is supposed to look like when they throw their techniques. So we just do this off the line drill where we could step to one side, and that gets me out of the way when I do certain techniques. And then for some of you guys, if you do have a bag, okay, I suggest these bags. I love these water-filled bags because they're just exactly what you need to practice your karate technique. So you don't need a big swinging bag so you can hit super hard. Remember, it's all about precision. So when we have a bag, and now I know, okay, that bag is my partner. I'm gonna step back a little bit, and then all I'm gonna be practicing from here is how to move. And I could see the angle this time on attacking that bag, okay? So those are some of the things that we could use to practice our angles of movement, especially when we are, when those videos come out and we're gonna be doing a lot of drills where we're talking about angles. You can put your star. I suggest a star if you guys are just starting out trying to figure out how to, do my angles and follow up, how to get out of the way, all the movements, to try to understand, because when we do it on video, it's gonna kind of look a little bit weird. So if you have your star or you have your references in front of you while you're following along, then you won't get lost on what angle you should be attacking with, okay? So one thing that we're gonna be going over a lot is, I'm here in front, have my star, my X's are always gonna be my angle. Remember, it's a cross on top, it's a plus sign on top, X on top of that, so that way it gives me my angles. So when I step, I should be right on line with that X, but I'm still attacking that straight line. So the straight line, the other side is the person that you're fighting. Always remember that. My side, the person that I'm fighting, okay? So if I'm over here and we're gonna talk about moving angles, that's so that way they can't hit me. So I'm gonna be here, move out of the way, but I'm still gonna attack that line to that person. I just moved out of the way so I couldn't get hit. Mostly when somebody's on their line and they're throwing side kicks or different techniques, it's gonna be straight across. So what we want to be able to do is, as they're trying to hit me straight across, I'm going to move out of the way. It can go by me, and then I'm just going to turn in with my reverse punch, with my kick, my follow-up kick, whatever techniques how we do. So like I said, those are just different ways that you guys could practice your angles and your movements, and have something to visualize on the ground. And also how we don't, if we don't have punching bags or pads, how we can use our sparring gear. Remember, hold it up. We're gonna go head level, body level, small targets. For the higher belts, I challenge you guys, move those small targets. You should be able to hit them. I'm gonna tell you something. If you are a solid red belt and above, and I throw this out and say, all right, hit that with a side kick, and you miss, we got a lot of time to practice. Make sure you guys are practicing.